What about your views on Thailand in terms of politics, in terms of their household debt, and also government spending?
You can think of it like two people have guns to each other's head. And they're gonna say, okay, you put yours down. No, you put yours down first before I'll put mine down first. So, is Philippines going to, what are they gonna do about their agricultural prices versus Thailand? They're gonna all try to protect it when the politicians, so when it says, okay, tariffs gotta come down, and then your domestic population gets hurt by that, it's hard to say, oh, in the theory of capitalism, you're gonna benefit. It's a good idea, but the implementation probably takes a while. And it could be made easier, but I don't think it's like gonna cause a big boom in economic growth throughout AEC. Thailand's really struggling. I mean, I've been in Thailand for 23 years now. And basically we had a military coup which was trying to solve the problem and try to reconcile. But my impression is that the military is not doing a lot to reconcile, but rather to, let's say, reconstruct the framework of politics to exclude the other party. In the end, what the problem with Thai politics, from my observation, is that it's winner-take-all politics, and it may be the case across a lot of places in Asia. When Thaksin Shinawatra was in power, he did one thing that was interesting, which is he tried to get rid of loan sharks. And what he did is he encouraged legitimate money lenders, credit card companies and different types of money lenders that were listed on the stock exchange and were legitimate companies. He encouraged people to settle up their debts with loan sharks and transfer those loans into the legitimate system. And that happened. And then there was debt forgiveness for a large number of people. There was this process that he did many, many years ago. And what I would argue is that that brought a lot of hidden consumer debt into the system. And so it appears like Thai people have new debt. In fact, that was old debt. That was old debt that was outside the traditional system that came into the traditional system. So from that point, it was neutral. But where it became positive was, what's the rate they're paying on loan sharks? 100% a year or even higher. So maybe the average that they were paying on their debt when it was in the informal sector, let's say, was 50% per year. Now that's in the formal sector, they're paying probably 15% per year. So in fact, the interest burden for Thai people at that time changed, and it actually reduced. Consumer debt in Thailand, about 50% of it is mortgage loans. And another 25% is car loans, and then another 25% is credit card loans. What's the biggest risk to any lender or anything is credit card loans. It's unsecured. That's only 25% of consumer debt. It may be higher now. That was the last time I looked at it. And what's the biggest risk to mortgage lending? Well, if we have a bubble in mortgage prices and banks start lending at higher and higher valuations of homes, you run a risk that if prices come collapsing down. But Thailand never had that bubble. When the government says they're going to do government spending, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen. It means that they want it to happen. And even if the government pushes it, the government officials throughout the government that are actually signing the agreements to disperse that money are always slow in disbursement. In fact, you end up at the end of the year, they haven't spent the whole budget. So Thailand has a natural system of very slow government spending. And so I just would never, from a personal perspective, from an investment perspective, I would never count on Thai government to spur the economy. It just isn't going to happen. I just don't think. So I think that you have to build your case about investing on other things, not on government spending.